Yeah, that's a deal. Mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm getting no. They're gonna tie this game. They're gonna tie, or they might win. They might go for it, I guess.
And a first down for Jacksonville.
So Logan Wilson, he's in man coverage. He's trying to get over there to pick up ETN, but because of his angle and the speed of ETN, he's just not able to get there to make a play. So pretty short pass turns into a pretty nice gain.
C.J. Beathard at the controls and in the shotgun. First down. Another throw underneath, another completion. It's the rookie again. Parker Washington has had a night. 8-yard pickup under a minute to go, and still that timeout in the pocket for Peterson.
Playing pretty soft, and DJ Turner, the rookie, is real soft on Calvin Ridley on that last play. Could have picked up a good 15-yard gain there.
Beathard brought down near the 20. We saw him injured going to the break. And a timeout is taken here by Jacksonville. It's their last. There are no more quarterbacks available or dressed for Doug Peterson, so this is it. And with 37 seconds left, it's 3rd down and 3. Brandon McManus has had a big year, in some ways his best season, but coming off a miss. Last time he was out there, 48-yard try, pushed wide right. Ball is at the 21, so you're looking at well less than that. 39-yard try in that neighborhood. If they get no more yards, it's 3rd and 3. Beathard is brought down. Play is made by Jordan Battle. And now a whistle.
Second charge timeout. Cincinnati.
Cincinnati takes the timeout.
28 on the game clock, 28 seconds.
So instead of forcing Jacksonville to run out with their field goal team with a running clock,
yeah,
they call a timeout. Cincinnati does.
That is something that these, the field goal team, they practice often. So with the amount of time they had, that wasn't going to be an issue. But Zach Taylor looking at this, expecting him to make it and trying to preserve some time to see what happens, at the end of regulation and what he might want to do.
See the AFC division leaders over on the right.
30 seconds on the game clock, please. 30 and 25 on the play clock. Thank you.
We're going to put 2 seconds on the game clock, and this 40-yard try to tie it for McManus.
Yeah, and give C.J. Beathard some credit on what he was able to do, coming off the bench cold and trying to get his team into a position to tie this game up, and he was able to do that. Made some nice plays.
Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. And McManus has tied it. And it's the battle of the backups here in Jacksonville, and it's been a thrilling night, to say the least.
Yeah, it's a lot different ball game than the one we anticipated coming in. But, yeah, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of guys who we didn't expect have really stepped up and made big plays and played well. And this will be interesting now, as far as a lot of it will depend, I'm sure, if there's a return and what happens there. But if you're on the 25-yard line, do you turn Jake Browning loose? I don't know. I wouldn't think.
Well, it'll be fun to watch this. Who knows where this thing's going? Cincinnati trying to get back to 500. Trying to snap this little losing streak that they're on. They've lost their last 3. while the Jacksonville Jaguars are trying to win for the 8th time in their last 9 games. And on a night where we have seen 5 ties, we're tied at 31. And Jake Browning out to the field, 26 seconds left, and 1 timeout. He hands to Mixon some room. Good start to this drive, and now with 19, 18, 17 seconds left, they finally call the timeout.
Well, that's, you go back to the end of the first half with 22 seconds, and that's basically what they did. They handed it off and then just went in. Now there was 26 seconds here, and they basically were playing the same way. But with that run, you know, now you've got a chance. I mean, now you're sitting here saying, yeah, well, they're gonna throw it now and see if they can't pull something off.
They put 4 seconds back on the clock. The 18-yard carry. First down at their own 43 with 20 seconds left. No timeouts. Mixon makes the catch and is able to get out of bounds. For a moment you thought making the catch was the worst thing that could have happened.
Yeah.
But he was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock with 12 seconds left.
Still might have been the worst thing that could happen, because the amount of time that came off the clock, they didn't get enough to show for it. Probably not one that Browning should have attempted.
2nd down and 7. Evan McPherson's career long is 59 yards. He hit that last year. That means getting it to the 41-yard line of Jacksonville.
About 15 yards. In a running clock, they won't have time to stop it.
Here is Hudson. A hurdle, and that will do it for regulation. Trying to get out of bounds, throwing underneath, and we are tied at 31 after 4 quarters. We'll stay here for the coin toss. So the overtime rules by now: 1 period, 10 minutes. Touchdown or safety on the first possession ends the game. If it's just a field goal, the other team gets a chance to answer, and all reviews are initiated by the replay official each time. Each team will get 2 timeouts, and it's C.J. Beathard against Jake Browning.
Well, he looks pretty loose over there on the sidelines. He looked a little bit more uptight before he was able to take the team down the field to get the game-tying field goal. But you see, he's still kind of that left wrist
Okay,
or whatever
overtime
is
rules here.
bothering
We're going
him.
to play 1 quarter, up to 10 minutes in length. Both teams will have an opportunity to possess the ball unless the team that gets the opening kickoff scores a touchdown, or during that possession, the defense has a score of their own, either a safety or a touchdown. If after 10 minutes, score is tied, the game is a tie. 2 timeouts for each team. We'll play 4th quarter timing rules. No coaches' challenges. Everything is upstairs. Same coin, heads and a tails. Heads and a tails. Your choice.
Tails.
Choice is tails. It is heads. You want to toss. Which way you want to kick? Sounds good. Jacksonville will receive timeout.
And C.J. Beathard will head right back to work. Jacksonville to receive. And number 3 trying to be a hero tonight, facing off against Jake Browning.
You know, it never bothered me that Michigan didn't have a mascot. But after living in this house for so long, you start to feel a little different.
Oh, this is going to be so fun.
It's like a special bond, player and mascot. So I thought I'd give it a try. And that's when I learned why the Michigan Wolverines don't have a mascot.
After 51 years, Popeyes is crashing the wings party with 5 flavors.
Makes no sense it took so long. Crispy outside, juicy inside.
Who are you?
We don't make sense. We make chicken. Y'all good? Love that chicken from Popeyes.
Well, C.J. Beathard, who is the grandson of the late, great Bobby Beathard, Hall of Fame general manager, it's on him now in relief of the injured Trevor Lawrence. No word yet on the severity of the injury, but we know that it's C.J. Beathard who fumbled the ball on his first snap after carrying the ball forward for about 6 or so. Fumbled it forward. It was recovered by that man, Parker Washington. Down the field they went for the game-tying field goal. And now C.J. back to work here in overtime. Here's that last drive put together by C.J.
Well, after he did have that fumble, then he kind of settled in and he just took the things that the defense was giving him. Some easy completions underneath. There's a nice catch and run by Travis Etienne. But you see the soft zones that Cincinnati was employing, and they never went after him one time as he marched them down the field. And now you wonder if maybe Lou Anarumo, he decides that he's going to come after him a little bit more on this drive.
This one is to Ingram, a bobble, and Wilson is there for Cincinnati. First pass by Beathard was incomplete when he took over. Now 5 for his last 5, but that one picks up just 2.
Yeah, they're kind of approaching it with CJ the way that the Bengals opened this game up with Jake Browning, just trying to let him kind of ease his way into this thing. But, you know, will he be able to do it the way that he did on that last possession?
2nd down and 8. Beathard underneath to Etienne. Can't get to the 30. Well played by Awuzie. Pratt was out there as well. A gain of 2 on that, so 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, so this is a test right here. And, you know, Anarumo, it's not like Cincinnati brings a ton of blitzes, but on 3rd down, they're a top 10 blitzing team. And, you know, I would think that this would be the opportunity that he'd want to dial something up.
Third down and 6. Wide open is Ingram for the first down. Ten yards picked up on 3rd and 6.
They go man coverage. It was Dax Hill then right here that Dax gets caught up with Zay Jones as he releases up the field. So a man beater route and an easy completion, easy conversion.
Remember their left tackle Walker Little is on the sideline. He's not wearing a helmet. He's just watching as Blake Hance is taken over at left tackle. Here's a pitch to Etienne. Broke a tackle and a nice pickup. Sam Hubbard couldn't bring him down, kind of whiffed, and Etienne picks up 13.
Good job up at the top as far as the blocking. We've seen this throughout the game. These guys on the edge, they do a good job. You get the ball to Etienne and Hubbard, that's a tough out for him if he's going to be able to make a play on Etienne in the open field. But good blocking on the edge, which allows Etienne to pick up that game.
And just like that, a first down at the Cincinnati 48. That's Zay Jones in motion, and Dearness Johnson's wrapped up. Mike Hilton came through and was the first to get there in a loss of 4.
He timed that up really well, knowing that they've got to start trying to make a play. But Hilton comes off the slot. He times it up, and is able to get there. You see as Beathard comes back, and really Dearness Johnson had no chance whatsoever. Hilton's right in his lap by the time he gets the ball.
So a loss of 4. Beathard able to complete to Zay Jones and makes third down a bit more manageable after a gain of 7.
They've kind of had that throw. They had it on the prior possession that I was talking about. It looked like he had possession, but it was close. A much more difficult play than it needed to be. Yeah, he's got his hands underneath it. Good catch.
Third down and 7. Beathard out to his right. Airs it out for Ridley. Flag is down. Ridley down with a catch inside the 5. But a flag is down back at the line of scrimmage.
Holding offense number 77. That's a 10-yard penalty. Third down.
So instead of a 1st and goal from inside the 5, Anton Harrison, the rookie, guilty of a hold.
You see him, big number 77, the rookie, and he feels Beathard does a good job of navigating the pocket, but right there, yeah, he feels the defenders start to slip away, and that's when the grab happens, and that's when it typically happens.
Ridley made the catch for 42 yards, but it comes back. And now the ball is back on the Jaguars side of the 50 at the 45, 3rd and 17. Here is Ridley. Nowhere to go. And the defense for Cincinnati makes the stop to force a punt as Pratt and Wilson combine for the stop.
It's a really great job by Cincinnati as far as how they played this. The design of the play is they're trying to get the ball to Calvin Ridley and set up essentially like a picket fence up to the top of the screen and let him get in behind those blockers and see if he couldn't pick it up. But boy, the Bengals, they see it all the way. They attack it and make the stop.
Here is Logan Cook hitting the punt. Hauled in by Charlie Jones, and a hurdle out of bounds near the 29. And here comes Jake Browning. It's been his night. 28 for 32, 318, 1 touchdown through the air and 1 on the ground.
I just marvel at how cool and calm he's been throughout this game. I mean, nothing has rattled him.
They'll start at their 28. And hand to Mixon, nowhere to go. Tyson Campbell up to make the stop. And a short gain of 2. Campbell back after missing the last couple of games. Also missed weeks 7 and 8. Hamstring has bothered him, a big piece of this defense for Mike Caldwell. Back, and he made that play. Here's one for Chase, a bobble, and he got it. What a catch by Jamar Chase. Williams tried to knock it away, and it's a 17-yard bobbling grab as Jamar Chase shows off his great hands.
His great hands, but this is a great throw by Jake Browning. You know, he had a chance, a perfect throw, placed right where it needed to be, and Jake Browning, this is probably his 3rd read in the progression. He starts to his left, but he comes right back and lays that perfectly, getting it over Walker's head and into Chase.
10-catch night for Jamar Chase. Browning out to his right. Chased, and just has to get rid of it with Higgins in the area. Back to that catch by Jamar Chase.
Well, it's a good job after he's not able to make it the first time to stay with it right there. I mean, that's an outstanding job. But the throw that Browning was able to make, Burrow obviously likes it. He wishing he was out there executing the plays right now, but could not have been more impressed with that throw by Browning.
Next points win. 4:08 to go and 2 timeouts. 2nd and 10. Blitz coming. Screen for Mixon. And a gain of just 1. Ledbetter in on the tackle. And big number 99 will head to the sideline on 3rd and long.
Yeah, so they bring the pressure, Cisco. They got the screen into it. If Mixon was able to get that clean, or they pick up Lloyd, those linemen, there was a chance for a big play.
3rd down and 10. Browning sideline shot. That's Higgins and a 1st down. And Jake Browning just making it happen. A gain of 11.
Well, the Jaguars show blitz, and they bail out of it. You see everybody up, but Browning, he's just as calm as he can be. He knows he's got one-on-one outside. T. Higgins, this route by T. Higgins is outstanding against Tyson Campbell. He totally gets him turned around. And that's what they've been missing, not having T. Higgins on the field for the last several weeks. But clutch time, Browning knew exactly where he was going, and the veteran receiver ran one heck of a route.
Just his 3rd catch of the game. As they hand to Chase Brown, he gets a couple. They're right on the outer edge of field goal range for Evan McPherson, who missed in the first half. In this direction from 57. Right now it would be a 59 or 60-yard try with no more yardage picked up.
His career long is 59. He hit that last year, so they're right there, but they'd sure like to give it a better shot than this.
2nd and 9. Here's Chase. A stiff arm and very close to 1st down yardage. They're going to mark him short, but the ball is now inside the 35, and they are inside field goal range for McPherson.
Yeah, and I would think, of course, it's 3rd and a long 1, 3rd and 2.
I don't think he stepped out. Maybe there he did. He was.
First charge, timeout. Cincinnati, 30-second timeout.
He was marked about 1.5 yards short of 1st down yardage. And Cincinnati is going to talk it over on 3rd and a short 2. Calling their first time out of the overtime.
You know, you sit here and you think through this as to what Zach Taylor is wanting to do. Here's another look at that last play by Jamar Chase. Right there, that heel. That's good work. But this ball, if they do throw it, and that's a big if, that ball's coming out quick.
It would be a 52-yard try from this spot. McPherson into this year, over his first 2 seasons, 17 of 19 from 50 or more. This season, he is now 7 of 12 with 1 make and 1 miss in this game. They're looking at the spot of the football. And you see the right foot slide. The question is, did that hit the boundary? And this is our best look at it right there, and tough to tell.
Tough to tell, but it sure looks like it does. But
Yeah, because if he's not out of bounds back there, he's right there at first down yardage, John Perry.
Yeah, the foot that's close to the sideline, it's not clear and obvious to me to move the ball back with that view. Then you take a look at the knee and where's the ball at the time that the knee is touching the ground. I think it's just short.
So they try to piece that together. And you just go back over the night for Jake Browning off that start at home against Pittsburgh. 19 of 26, 227 yards, a touchdown, a pick, through a red zone interception tonight. Looks like he's been playing in the league for years.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, you can play in the league 10, 12 years and not have a night like he's had tonight. I mean, this is pretty amazing what he's been able to do, and couldn't be more impressed with the way he's handled himself, the throws that he's been able to make in crunch time. That's the first reaction I've seen from him tonight. He's been fun to watch.
Most passing yards he's had in a game since he had 354 in college for Washington at home in a win against Utah. And this is as long a delay as you can have.
Come on, guys, let's go.
There's 3:05 left in overtime. And this delay continues.
Long review, Joe. I think they're going to move this football based on what we've seen so far, but it will be short of the line to gain.
Well, this delay isn't good for anybody.
Now the crowd is starting to get restless. Here we go with Scott Novak.
After reviewing the play, the runner was still short of the line of gain by about 4 inches, so we'll move the ball. It'll be third down, about 4 inches for a first down. Cincinnati requested the timeout prior to the review process, so they only have one timeout left.
But they'll take it. They'll take that timeout because it gave the officials a chance to look at that. And now they're going to be, what do you say, 4 inches short of the line to gain? So third down and inches.
They still got to move this ball up. I mean, he did move it, but that's not 3rd and 4 inches.
There it is.
How about that?
Number 61 is recorded as eligible. Number 61 of the offense.
Cody Ford, an extra offensive lineman. They hand to Mixon, and he picks it up. That's a first down, Cincinnati, and a fresh set of downs with under 3 minutes to go in overtime. Mixon with a 66-yard night and 2 touchdowns. And these Bengals are knocking on the door of their 6th win of the year.
Look, there hadn't been nothing easy for Joe Mixon. He's earned everything he's gotten tonight.
A home date against the Colts is next for the Bengals. Then at home against the Vikings at Pittsburgh. Trying to walk out of here 6-6. Mixon, Allen. And we are coming up on 2 minutes left in this overtime and a second down. For Cincinnati. 2 minutes left in OT. 2nd and 10 when we come back.
Someone in this room stole my autographed basketball, signed by the 1948 All-Star team. So I've called in a specialist, an ease specialist.
Okay, let's start with what we do know. Geico makes it easy to bundle coverage for your car and home. Yeah, even precious sports memorabilia.
What a relief. Let's get back to charades.
But I was also going to crack the case.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's true.
Me? It's easy to bundle your home and car. It's easy to Geico.
Wendy's new breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
I got that sauce biscuit and some Tay-Tays.
Eggman and Saucy Boy. 2 hot coffees.
No matter what you call it, Wendy's breakfast is that breakfast. Choose Wendy's new 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles.
This is the first, a second 2-minute hello. We will be here for the post game when this game ends. I believe it's been 40 years since we've had a tie on Monday Night Football. Plenty of reaction to an unbelievable game, and any updates we've got on the Trevor Lawrence injury when this one is done. We'll see you. Bengals driving. Joe, Troy, back to you.
Yeah, the Jaguar fans holding their breath with Cincinnati driving and then wondering how severe the injury is to Trevor Lawrence. We've had 5 ties in this game, most in any NFL game this season. 2nd and 10 for the Bengals. Mixon takes it inside the 30. And now timeout is taken by Jacksonville.
I thought they're on 2nd down. I thought maybe Zach Taylor might take a shot, and the corners were playing a little bit soft, and then you thought, okay, well, maybe you try to pick up a 5 yards or so and a quick out, one of those type throws, and they still handed it off. So with that, I would expect that they'll come back and hand it off once again here on 3rd down. It's at 47 yards or so from here if they don't pick up any more yards.
It's 3rd down and 8. Play number 11 on this possession for the Bengals. They hand again. Mixon lost a yard. Rayshon Jenkins up to make the stop. And Jacksonville uses their final timeout in case there's a miss. They want as much time on the clock as they can have to go down and try and win it. The Jacksonville Jaguars come in trying to maintain with a win a 2-game lead in their division. They've got Indy behind them at 7-5 and Houston at 7-5. With a win tonight, they would have vaulted into the top seed in the AFC. But now they need a miss from Evan McPherson, who will try to end it from 48 yards away. He got it, but a flag flies at the end of the play, so we'll hold off. Bengals indicate that this is against the Jaguars, and if it is, this game is over.
Unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, leaping. Penalties decline, field goal is good.
And this game is over. One of the most entertaining games of the season. And Jake Browning has an NFL win, and man, did he earn it tonight.
Yeah, that was fun to watch. Him coming in off of that tough game last week in the loss against Pittsburgh.
I can't hear you. Mic check 1 2. Mic check 1 2 3. Main complaint about it is that it's not super insulated, which is fine. I'll just wear an extra sweatshirt underneath. And that it's more of just a shell, which I see that you see that all the time in ski gear. Some people prefer to have like a shell and then insulate themselves with clothing. But it's fine because then I can wear it as like a rain jacket too, because my rain jacket just ripped open this year, and it's kind of an ironic rain jacket too.
It's kind of an ironic thing.
So if it's not,
Yeah.
huh? Yeah.
Live from News 9 WAOW, this is News 9 at 10.
Unused space in Stevens Point may finally be getting a new purpose. We're taking a look at potential plans for the old Shopco building.
Over $200,000 was donated to cancer research today in Marshfield. I'll have more on how you can make a difference in your community.
Plus, we're tracking a few flakes and flurries moving into the area tonight. We'll let you know how much to expect coming up.
And more snow is on the way, which of course means the plows will be again hard at work. How you can keep yourself and drivers safe on the roads. Your News at 10 starts right now.
News 9 WAOW. We've got you covered.
Some unused space in downtown Stevens Point will soon be getting a facelift. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Jade Henschel. News 9's Jimmy Sadowski joins us with what you can expect and when.
Next time you take a stroll down a main street in Stevens Point, things could soon look very different. This after the old Shopco and the building next to the Cobblestone Inn get redeveloped to bring more of what you want to the area. What was once a busy Shopco and a filled parking lot has been, for the most part, empty the last few years. However, the city of Stevens Point and Mayor Mike Wiesa plan to change that and bring the hustle and bustle of the other end of Main Street to the plaza. One major change will be the bus stop.
The goal would be to get use some federal transportation money that we've acquired and build a proper transit facility. So it's out of the elements. There's places to sit down, restroom facilities, maybe a snack machine.
The project's in the early stages, but right now there will be some mixed-use space for retail and apartments and a larger gathering space. The current gathering space is delegated to a stone slab. And the mayor wants people to know the city doesn't completely decide what businesses to put in, but they will take your input.
We don't have the ability to just wave a wand and put something in there that you want to see. But we will work with developers to try and incentivize them to do that.
And then over by the Cobblestone Inn, there's the Great Lakes building that will be converted into a convention and exhibition center. That's a big need since Point has had to refer people to other places like the Pavilion or Rothschild, with current spaces filling up too quick.
I think it's a great location. We're central to the state, and all of those mid-level conferences will now have a place to go.
The transition to a convention center should be smooth since the city owns the building and Great Lakes' lease expired in November. Mayor Wiesa says there will be a public feedback meeting January 10th if you'd like to voice your opinion on what you might want to see out of the project. In studio, Jimmy Sadowski, News 9, WAOW.
Thanks, Jimmy.